Ooh. Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to Game Aim Plus, where my aiming is gaming. I'm your host, the boy G, and we gonna talk about it. Let's talk about it. All right, in this video, we are gonna talk about Yu-Gi-Oh! Early Days Collection 2 for the Nintendo Switch 2. Okay, yes, we know that Yu-Gi-Oh! The first Early Days Collection is coming very soon in February. Okay, in February. All right, we got that first collection, and they already have confirmed all 14 games that are going to be in that collection. So you know what that means. It's time for Yu-Gi-Oh! Early Days Collection 2. And what will that collection have in it? What will they put in it? What will they include? Because there's so many games that were not put in the first Early Days Collection that a lot of people are sad that we're not included as well, because that first collection, all it has nothing but, handheld old games on it. And that's fine with me. I'm perfectly cool with that. You know what I mean? That's the era I was raised up on. You feel me? So I ain't even mad at it. But I am upset about some games that did not get put in there, and so are a lot of other people. So in an Early Days Collection 2, now they can start adding console games, actual home console games that were not included in the first Early Days Collection. All right, for one, the first Early Days Collection, it does not have Yu-Gi-Oh! Forbidden Memories. All right, that is one that a lot of people really wanted in the collection, and I am one of those people. All right, I am so upset that Forbidden Memories did not make it into the collection. But now, it is what it is, and like I said, it's not a handheld Yu-Gi-Oh! Game, so it did not get put in that collection. That's cool. But let's make sure that Yu-Gi-Oh! Forbidden Memories makes it into Early Days Collection 2. And also another game that people are really upset that didn't make it, that should be in the second collection, is Yu-Gi-Oh! The Duelist of the Roses. Alright? That is a Yu-Gi-Oh! Game that I was really hoping that would be in the first collection. And unfortunately, it is not, because I have never got a chance to play Duelist of the Roses, and a lot of people keep telling me that, oh, it's a really good game, you're gonna really like it, oh, you need to go play, dude, oh my god. Like, I do need to go play. I want to play it, but now I cannot because it is not in the Early Days Collection. But hopefully it will be in the second one. Alright? Duelist of the Roses, please. And also, Yu-Gi-Oh! The False-Bound Kingdom. That is another game that was not and is not in the Yu-Gi-Oh! Early Days Collection, but it can be in the second one, and it should be. This is another one of those, actually all three of these games that I already have said are kind of real experimental games that Yu-Gi-Oh! Kind of took a weird path with, except for like maybe Forbidden Memories, because they kind of still stick to the card game, but they still kind of experimented with it a lot. So yeah, anyways, they definitely, Duelist of the Roses and False-Bound Kingdom, they definitely took some weird paths with these games. Alright, so, but I also hear that a lot of people, they actually are very fond of False-Bound Kingdom, and they say it's a good game in its own way. I mean, you don't necessarily, it's not really the card game, but it's Yu-Gi-Oh! So, if you love Yu-Gi-Oh! Then you kind of want to give it a try. And I do. Hopefully in, the Early Days Collection 2 on the Switch 2. Like, we're gonna see though. What else? The, Yu-Gi-Oh! Capsule Monster Coliseum, that thing. Alright, that's also another experimental Yu-Gi-Oh! Game that they, took a chance with, but honestly, it was something that is actually how technically the first Yu-Gi-Oh! Video game even started, with the whole Yu-Gi-Oh! Capsule Monsters, whatever, something breeding. That's technically the first Yu-Gi-Oh! Game ever. And this is just like, a 3D-ish, upscaled, better version of that, I guess, that came out. And, that's also another big home console game that did not make it. I believe that was on the PlayStation 2. And yeah, it did not make it into the Early Days Collection, So I'm really hoping they push and put it in the Early Days Collection too. Alright, because these are a bunch, like I said, these are a bunch of weird games that I'm mentioning. You know what I'm saying? They're not really technically the card game, but it is Yu-Gi-Oh! So I mean, maybe they just didn't want to include that in the first collection because they wanted to keep it just all strictly Yu-Gi-Oh! And just straight card game playing. That's it. Not the experimental things, but hopefully they'll include it in Early Days Collection 2. So yeah, that, and I guess I'll mention one more. Just to give you a little something. So now this one is an actual Yu-Gi-Oh card dueling. This is the Yu-Gi-Oh card game actually. All right, this one came out on the Xbox, right? The Yu-Gi-Oh Dawn of Destiny. All right, this one I've never got a chance to play, and I really want to get to play it. This actually is the actual card game. All right, they didn't do no experimental things with it. They didn't try to mix it up or try something new. Nah, they just kept the same Yu-Gi-Oh formula. You know what I'm saying? Put it in this new card game for the Xbox. I'm talking about the original Xbox. I'm talking about the first one, Xbox, like the first one, that one, not 360, not Xbox One, not Series X and S, not none of that, none of it. The first Xbox. And that's the only console that this game, the Dawn of Destiny, that it came out on. It didn't come out on nothing else. So if you ain't have an Xbox, you wasn't gonna play this joint. You feel me? Unless you cheated and find some other way of some kind of something. You know what I mean? But you needed an Xbox. Alright? So I never had a chance to play this Yu-Gi-Oh game. And that sucks. But hopefully it gets put into the Yu-Gi-Oh Early Days Collection 2. I'm talking about the 2. You feel me? And there's so many other games that still can be added to this collection. But these are like some of the big ones that I really wanted to mention, and a lot of people kept talking about, and that are really sad that it did not make it into the early days, the collection. It didn't make it. And that sucks. But we got 14 games in the early days collection. So I'm not here to complain. I'm not here to be mad. I'm not here to be spiteful or just or be hating or just, feel ungrateful or anything. But I just want to talk about it and mention other games that could have been in the collection, but since they're not in that collection, they could put it in the next one, baby. You feel me, dog? I know you feel me. But yeah, that's just a few games. You know what I mean? We'll touch on this more later on because there's a bunch of Yu-Gi-Oh games that they can add to another collection. Like they can do like 3-4 collections if they really wanted to. 3, 4, 5. Because there's so many Yu-Gi-Oh games. It's crazy. But we'll stop right there for right now. And yeah, you guys let me know what you think about these games, a second Yu-Gi-Oh Early Days collection. What games you would like included in a second Yu-Gi-Oh Early Days collection. Put in the comments. Talk to your boy and let's chitty chat. But yeah, there you go, guys. Game Aim Plus, please subscribe. Click that little bell button. That way every time I upload a new video, it'll pop up on your phone like, you feel me, dog? You feel me? But yeah, y'all have a great morning, afternoon, night, whatever it is, wherever you're at. And I'll catch you in the next one. Booyah! Woo!